Hey guys, welcome to my legal classes. This is Ganesh Pujari and in the series of Law of Torts. In my last session, we have already understood the difference between tort law versus criminal law. And here in this video, we are going to understand the difference between torts versus contracts. As previous presentation, here also I am going to deal with two slides. In the first slide, let us try understand all the differences, and in the second slide, as my way, we will understand things with the help of a simple chart. Not taking much of your time, let's get into the first slide. In my last presentation, we have already understood torts versus crimes, and there we have discussed as many as 11 points, and here we are understanding torts versus contracts, and we have as many as 1 dozen differences here. In this slide, let us try understand the same with the help of a table, and in my next slide, I have a simple chart. Now this table, it's very easy to understand. We have serial numbers, then we have heads, and then under that head, what is the difference between torts versus contracts? That's how we are understanding. Coming to serial number 1, what is the nature of law of torts? Guys, the meaning of law of torts, the nature of law of torts is it is a civil wrong. Okay, you can forget anything and everything, but don't forget that tort means civil wrong. Nature of tort is civil wrong. Okay, you can never ever forget that. But when it comes to contracts, contracts are breach or violation of an agreement. What is an agreement? When there is an offer and acceptance, it becomes an agreement. An agreement on which there is legal obligation, that is known as contract. So basically, offer plus acceptance plus legal obligation is equal to contract. So if there is any breach or violation of that, okay, in that case it becomes an offense under contract. That's the nature of contract. Always remember, not every agreements are having legal obligation. Whichever agreement is having legal obligation, they will be considered as contract, and breach of such contract or violation of the terms and condition of such contracts are bringing in action, and that's the nature of contract laws. Second head, the rights and duties. The rights and duties under law of torts are fixed by law. There is no specific codified law for torts, but then there are one or the other law which are covering the rights and duties. Okay, whereas under contract, the rights and duties are fixed by the parties. Now parties will decide what one party will do, what the other party will do, when they will do, how they will do, what is the compensation if there are any breach of contract. All of that is fixed by parties. So that is the second difference. Now what is the aim of these laws? The very aim of law of tort is preventing harms, whereas under contract the main aim is to enforce the promises made by the parties, or whatever rights and duties that they have fixed, that needs to be completed. To complete that or to enforce such promises, the contract aims. The fourth difference is about the duty towards law of torts and duty towards in law of contract. When it comes to law of tort, the duty is towards whole society. You cannot commit some act negligently to the whole society, or you cannot just get into somebody's property just like that. You should not commit trespass. That is also against the whole society. All of that is against whole society. We cannot do some civil wrongs, and that we cannot do with anyone. That is what we are understanding under law of torts. Whereas under contracts, whatever duty is there, that is between specific individuals only. Between them, whatever rights and duties that they have defined, they need to complete to each other, and that remains between them only. So that is the fourth difference. The fifth one is about the presence of motive or intention. Remember, under criminal law, intention is one of the very important aspect required to be proved to commit something as crime. So there mens rea and actus reus are very important, and mens rea is all about intention. Whereas under tort and contract, see it very clearly, under torts they are partially relevant. I don't say they are must. Most of the time motives are not even seen under law of tort also, but sometime case to case base they might see the intention. But when it comes to contract, whether you had an intention or not, whether you had motive or not, that will not be a question. It's completely irrelevant when it comes to contract. The sixth difference is about the ingredients. In tort, we have two ingredients. One, somebody has committed a civil wrong, and the second one is if that is infringing the legal rights of someone. Only in that case that will be considered as torts. Okay, committing a civil wrong and that is infringing the legal rights of someone, that becomes a tort. Whereas under contract we have three ingredients. There must be an offer, there must be an acceptance, and these offer and acceptance becomes an agreement, and on that agreement there should be legal obligation. Only in that case it will be considered as contract. Moving on to the remedy part. Under tort, whoever has gone through or experienced any infringement of their legal rights, they will get compensation. Okay, the person who has experienced tort will get compensation, whereas under contract the remedy will be decided by the parties as fixed by them in the contract itself will be the remedy. There will not be any new remedy. Okay, the remedies are already fixed in the contract itself. The eighth one is very important. The scope of law of tort. The rights here are right in rem. You can peacefully enjoy your property. That right is against the entire world. Okay, nobody can defame you. Okay, that right is against the entire world. That is the scope of torts. Whereas in contract, rights are right in personam. Okay, the scope is right in personam because whichever parties have come to contract, only they have rights and duties, and it is not applicable to anyone else. So that way the scope of contract is very less, whereas the tort we are discussing about right in rem. The next difference is about the damages or the compensation, what happens in torts and contracts. Under torts, it's very clear, damages are unliquidated. It is not already mentioned in some law as to this much of compensation will be paid. It will be decided on case to case basis. So that's about the compensation part when it comes to tort law, or the damages part when it comes to tort law. Whereas under contract, most of the time damages are liquidated, but we cannot say it is not at all unliquidated. There the compensation are defined as well as sometime not defined also. So that way under law of torts, damages are unliquidated, that means not at defined, whereas under law of contract, damages are liquidated as well as unliquidated. The 10th difference is quantum of damages. Under tort, the quantum of damages are exemplary. Okay, the tortfeasor need to be punished, so usually the compensation there will be too much. Whereas under law of contract, most of the time the damages are already been fixed, and these are mostly compensatory. I will not say completely compensatory because under 9 we have already seen that there can be unliquidated damages also. So we are not really sure as to whether it will be only to compensatory or there will be something addition also. It completely differs on the case to case basis based on the type of contract that they are having and the nature of the contract that they are having. So that's the difference we need to see under serial number 10. And moving on to serial number 11, again we are repeating this from torts versus crimes also. The laws when it comes to torts are not codified. The base for law of torts are common laws or precedents, etc. Whereas for contracts we have codified laws. Like for example in India we have Indian Contract Act, Likewise, there are codified laws available for law of contract, whereas in torts they are not codified. We are taking from here and there, but some or the other way the torts wrongs are mentioned in one or the other law. The 12th head, what happens with the Minors Act? Under tort, the Minors Act can also be liable, whereas under contract it's very clear the minors contract is void ab initio. That means from the very beginning the contract is not valid, or it straight away is a void contract. So that's what we need to understand when it comes to the status of minor in tort law versus contract law. I hope they are very clear. I hope the table was useful and easy. With that anticipation, I am also taking you to next slide where we have a simple chart to remember few of these things very easily. Finally, this is the chart that I was referring. The difference between torts versus contracts in a mota way we can see here. The first thing that we need to understand, what are torts? Torts are civil wrong. They are done against individuals by infringing the civil or the legal rights of individuals and done mostly negligently, and for such act or such civil wrong they are paying compensation to the person who has experienced injury, and they are called as torts. Whereas breaching the contract between the parties by breaching or violating the terms of contract, and there the intention will not seen whether it is done intentionally or not intentionally, and for such act the party which has committed wrong will pay compensation, or for such breaching or violation of contract the party will compensation to the other party, that is known as contract. Now the difference, tort is a civil wrong, contract is all about breaching of the contract. Torts are done against individuals, whereas contract issues happens between the parties. Torts are done by infringing the civil or legal rights of an individual, but contract mistake happens by breaching or violating the term of a contract. Torts are done mostly negligently, whereas in contract we don't see any kind of intention required there. Intention there are irrelevant. Whether the person who has breached or violated the contract terms, he had intention or not, that is completely irrelevant. Under tort, the tortfeasor or the wrongdoer, whoever has committed tort, have to pay compensation to the person who has injured or gone through injury, legal injury. And under contract, the party which has not completed the contract terms or breached or violated the contract terms has to pay compensation to the other party. These are the differences that we need to remember when it comes to tort versus contracts, and I hope that is very clear. With that thinking, I am handing over this presentation to Nishan.
I don't know why they're laughing, but they're laughing loudly. We should also laugh loudly when we're happy. It's good for health. With that, I'm concluding this session. Please subscribe our channel. Please like, share and comment our videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.